Hello, hello, Cancer. Welcome to your June 2018 overview reading. This is good for you if you are a sun, moon, or rising Cancer. So this spread, it takes me a while to lay it out, so I thought I would just save some time and lay it out first. This spread is based on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and I'm super stoked to do this. It's absolutely awesome. And also very nerdy, which I can appreciate as well. So I hope that you guys like it. Let me know in the comments. And I also wanted to give a big thank you to everyone who works with me, all of my regular clients, everyone who gets single questions and tarot spreads. You guys are awesome. You guys make this channel possible, and I absolutely appreciate you. So let's go ahead and dig in. I'm going to start with an affirmation card. And don't forget, all of the cards that I use for this reading are in the description box at the very bottom. So if you ever have a question about that, they are all listed. I make sure to include them each month. Okay, so we have forgiveness. Congratulations, you're being given one of the most powerful superpowers there is, forgiveness. Imagine that you've been bitten by a radioactive forgiver. The point is you suddenly have the ability to forgive people for their flaws, their bad days, and their unkind moments and their mistakes. And the best thing about forgiveness is that you can apply it to yourself too. Have fun wielding your new power, but remember, with great forgiveness comes great inner peace. Okay, so that's definitely something that also takes practice, as usual, as most of these things do. But the more forgiveness that you can practice, the more room there is for better things, because resentment is a waste. It just is. It's wasting space, and so you want to be efficient with your energy this month. And forgiveness is one of the ways that you can do that. And a truth bomb, be the person you want to fall in love with. I love that. It's absolutely true. And so do you want to fall in love with the type of person who holds grudges? The answer is probably no. I know that I'm not a fan of grudge holders myself. So make sure that you are really taking a look at embodying what you want, right? What you want to manifest. And then finally, I have a spirit animal card for you. This is what I used. This is what I used last month. Okay. Raccoon. Resourcefulness is coming up. Think about how scrappy raccoons are. Like, they are just able to persevere through just about anything. That's really what's coming to the forefront is, how are you staying grounded? How are you cultivating resources? We're going to go into resources here in a moment, but that's really what you want to look at is how many times have you faced a challenge and then, figured out a solution? And that reminder, that information is going to help you big time in June. Okay, so down here, I had to combine two of the layers of the hierarchy of needs just for the sake of time and space. So down here we have the primal needs and the security, resources, health, all of that stuff is down in the bottom row. Okay, so first thing, we have the Five of Cups. Disappointment in the way that things are transpiring or not going your way, right? So if you get attached to the how, then it can create resistance as to how it comes in. And so make sure that you are loosening your grip on how things come in, and that is going to loosen things up a lot for you. Then we have the Moon, confusion on either how to do that or the potential possibilities. This is all going to be remedied by your memory of times when you were able to get the things that you needed, even when you didn't know how it was going to happen. So just trust that as much as you can. You've been through a lot and you've done a lot and you've made a lot happen. So if you can just hold that within yourself, it's going to make it easier for more abundance to roll in. We have the Hermit. This is about introspection, looking at what you really want and what you really need. I love those little animals down there at the bottom. I want one. I want one to follow me around. So this is ultimately going to be about you taking a hard look at what are your successes, what are your failures, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what helps you, what harms you. And the more introspection you have around that, it's going to help you curate exactly a methodology as to what you want to use so that you can get the things that you need and you can get to where you're going. Okay, and then finally we have Two of Pentacles, making decisions that are in alignment with ultimately what your desires are. That is going to, and what your needs are. Because this is more of the need rather than the want. The way it works is the higher up the pyramid you go, the more this is like want, self-actualization. But these are like primal needs, right? And so focus on what your deepest non-negotiable needs are and make sure that you are making decisions that are going to reflect that you are taking care of those things first. Okay, then up here we have relationships of all varieties. This is connection, intimacy, partnerships, familial relationships, platonic relationships. So first thing we have the Five of Swords. This came up for a couple other signs too. Let me clarify it really quick so I can speak a little bit more to it. There's different, it always has a slightly different variation. So let's see what's going on with the Five of Swords. Nine of Winter, fear. Fear is the overriding component here with the Five of Swords, is kind of like that, I don't know if I can do it. Maybe I just have to walk away from everything. What if it doesn't work out? Maybe I should just throw in the towel before even giving it a chance because I don't want to get hurt. All of that is kind of coming unglued in June, where it's really asking you, are you going to persevere? Are you going to work through it? Are you going to sort through the baggage? Or are you going to go back to the old way of doing things? It's up to you. It's totally up to you. And then we have the Magician. Manifestation is going to make a big difference. It's not just about a vision board. It's not just about, seeing it. That matters sometimes. But when it comes to the relationships, it's also about what are you embodying? Be the person you want to fall in love with. What does that person do? Does that person sit in a, if you're feeling like you're trapped in a victim mentality or that you're struggling moving beyond the old traumas and pictures that are coming from your past? These things are not easy. I am not suggesting that this is like just a quick fix. Just think positive. That's nonsense. I will be the first person to tell you that's nonsense. It takes work, and it also there's so many different layers. There's like dealing with the emotional piece, dealing with the fear, dealing with the blueprint that your parents may have installed, or that, an ex may have installed. And then there's having the vision. Having the end goal in mind, what you're looking for, and how you can get closer and closer to that is through embodiment of what you want. So you don't have to stay stuck in fear, but you will have to confront it. And then you have the Six of Pentacles. Watch how much you're giving. Cancers have a tendency to be bleeding hearts, I've noticed. Like, I'm just going to give and give and give and give and give and give and give. And really, they're good at being nurturers and caretakers. That's a gift of yours. But at the end of the day, you want to watch how much are you giving? Are you giving too much? Are you saying yes to things that you want to say no to? Are you allowing people to violate your boundaries? What is going on with that, and how are you conserving your energy for yourself and able to give back to yourself? Are people investing in the relationship in the same way that you are? And that's true for family too. Family is not an exception to boundaries, and I firmly believe that. Some people disagree with me, and that's fine. But really, I mean, investment matters from all angles. Okay, so pay attention. Pay attention to it, notice it, and it's going to give you clues as to what you either need to change or what you need to withhold more of or what you need to share more. It's going to help you and allow you to see what equilibrium needs to take place or needs to be met. Okay, now we have like confidence, individuality. This is more of the ego. Strength. Okay, so see, this is about perseverance. That's ultimately what this month is about. You have a lot that you can make happen and that you can cultivate, but part of it is belief. Part of it is doing the work. Part of it is trusting yourself. All of that is going to make, you know, the end result much, much better. And then we also have the star. You're moving in the right direction. You're going places. You're going to get through this. You're going to see the other side of it. But a huge factor is how long you want to hang out with the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is trying to keep you small and keep you comfortable. That's anytime we have fear coming up. Yeah, occasionally it's karmic, you know, yeah, you can make an argument for that. But a lot of the time it's just an old mindset that is coming to the surface, and it's having you confront. And so when you have that opportunity, you can either break it and cause a rupture so that you can install a new one, or you can feed into it. So just remember that if you challenge this, and a lot of it is going to be relational, you're going to gain so much confidence and feeling of alignment. You are going to get there as long as you're challenging this. So it's kind of like if you stay with the Five of Swords, it stops here, right? If you challenge this, you're going to get the goods. It's just about, you know, doing the internal work. Let's see what's at the top. This is your higher self, or as Maslow calls it, self-actualization. The Empress, boom. Right? Isn't that where we all kind of want to be, is a powerful version of ourselves. This really is about the divine feminine. And it really is you're being asked to look at yourself as the nurturer in some way, shape, or form. And how that really applies to the way you're acting. Right? Like what decisions are you making? And again, you want to show yourself the same kind of love that you would want to show a partner or a child or a family member. You want to do the same thing. That's true for everybody. And so the more you can show yourself that, the more it's going to come your direction. Okay, and now for the timeline. I don't know if I already explained this, but this is the first quarter, so like the first week in June, second, third, and fourth quarter. So starting off the month, you have the Three of Cups, or the Three of Vials in this deck. Celebration, friendships, enjoying yourself, taking time to really unpack what it is that you're looking for in connections. So part of like enjoying the connections that you have is reminding yourself of, oh yeah, I really like this, or I really like these types of friends, or I really feel good in this environment. It's about exploration. And then the second quarter, we have the Nine of Candles. This is about forward movement, big time. It's happening kind of whether you like it or not. Like there's a lot of progression happening. So this is the more you can evaluate and move forward, that's really the right recipe for you, because then it's going to just give you a huge boost as to the direction that you're going. I actually want to clarify this. The 9 of Candles. The Empress, yeah. So it's kind of like you're heading in this direction, and you're going to have a lot of personal growth through the decisions that you're making and the changes that you, the changes that you're making, the decisions that you're making, the relationships that you're adjusting, like all of those things are going to contribute to you being your best self. Third quarter, we have the 5 of Candles. This, man, problem solving is big for people in June. Roadblocks that come up are going to be met with, opportunities to problem solve. Conflict is also coming up. That's the big message for you with the 5 of Candles in this deck. Too many people are afraid of conflict. Conflict, if you are with conscious people, is the point in which you get things done. If you're dealing with unconscious people or people who have a lot of blind spots and can't look at themselves, then it makes it a lot different. But ultimately, conflict is an opportunity. It's not something that you have to shame or, view as a bad thing necessarily. It's really a great way to level up. And the fourth quarter, this is where you're leaving off in June. We have the Magician, cultivating your desires, making things happen. This is you tapping into your internal strength and being able to come out with, this is what I'm creating. And this is going to be a big boost too, where you're finally starting to see the fruits of your labor, which you may not have been able to, or I would say the Magician is more of the focal point, like, okay, this is what my intention is. June is going to be a great intention setting month for you. So the more you do that, the more you're going to start to see those things show up. But I would say that this is the month where you're kind of in the incubator, focusing on what you want, and how your current state and relationships are reflecting what it is that you want. And then you're going to be able to take action that's in alignment with where you want to go. And then from there, it's like after June, you're going to see a lot more show up for you. And a quick happy birthday to those of you who have birthdays that are coming up. Okay, 3-card pick. Deal with this. I don't care which card you pick. I don't care how many. This is just for you. You can ask a question. You can ask for guidance. You can set an intention or not. It's totally up to you. So go ahead and I'll give you a moment to figure out what you're doing. Okay. Card number 1, we have Justice. This is about the types of, how do I put this? What is out of balance or what is out of sync, you are, recalibrating for yourself. So this is about, really making some decisions around, this isn't working. This is how I can equalize it. This is how I can neutralize it. And get closer to what it is that you want. And then we have the King of Swords for card number 2. Big ideas. Really giving yourself permission to daydream is going to help you this month. See the big picture. Look at where things are going. Look at the direction that you're heading. All of that is going to really support you this month. So it is about more of the manifestation side. If this card is resonating with you, then I would say dream big, focus on the big picture, ask for more, ask for bigger, ask for better. And it's about, seeing it first. So really focus on your vision. That's what the King of Swords knows how to do. And then we also have the Ace of Wands. That initial spark of action it's coming. Like, I'm seeing this as more of the motivated, yeah, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to make this change. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That's the energy of the Ace of Wands. So you do have that to look forward to as well. And another big thank you to each and every one of you. I hope that you've enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so that you can get notifications for when I post new videos. And until next time, have a beautiful June. I will see you all later. And don't forget, if you're looking for any information on working with me or signing up for my newsletter, finding me on Facebook and all that good stuff, it's all in the description box. So head there. All of the answers are in there, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.